Yo, what's going on guys? CultofMush back at it with another video, and in this video I want to talk about the Steam machines. Remember when the Steam machines were supposed to be this big thing, these console killers? And now they have seemingly fallen completely to the wayside. I remember around 7 to 8 months ago, the Steam machines were being promoted all over Steam. Whenever you booted up Steam, there would be these notifications about the Steam machines, the Steam controllers, the Steam Link, all this stuff that Valve and other third-party companies were really trying to push to gamers, and it never really caught on. And in this video, I want to talk about what happened to Steam machines, why it didn't catch fire, and why I think that Steam machines really from the absolute beginning was just a bad idea. There was no reason for them to exist. I actually do have a Steam machine. Alienware was nice enough to send me one. I used it for a little bit, so I do have some experiences with the Steam machine, and honestly, most of them were negative. It's not like the Steam machine was this broken pile of shit device. It wasn't. The device, I would say 80% of the time did work. And you have to remember, this is when they just released, so I'm sure that they have released updates and whatnot, made it even better. But I digress. My experiences with the Alienware Steam machine wasn't anything special. I booted the device up, and sure, for a minute, it was cool to see all of my Steam games on the TV. But you guys have to remember, the Alienware one that I have is like a $450 Steam machine. That just isn't anything compared to my gaming PC. And only a few games were natively compatible. So yeah, while I was able to play the games on my TV, which is very nice, I know you can just hook up an HDMI cable from your computer to your TV, but my computer is kind of far away from my TV. So having some of my Steam games on the TV was nice, but that allure quickly died away when you start playing the games. The performance isn't good. I was actually playing Spec Ops: The Line on the Alienware Steam machine. This is a game from like 2010. So it's 6 years old, and that game was actually not performing all too well on the Steam machine. I don't know if it was something with the game or the machine itself, but I had a lot of stuttering and just inconsistent performance across the board, and I was like, what am I doing? Why am I playing the Alienware Steam machine? Or why would I even bother with the Steam machine when I could just build a PC? Sure, it might be a little bit more expensive, but you're gonna get so much performance out of your PC compared to if you were buying a Steam machine. And the thing is, obviously, the Steam machine does have its benefits. It's a plug-and-play box, very much more user-friendly than a PC, but a PC these days is pretty user-friendly. If you just spend a minute, you can understand it pretty easily. But I will give the Steam machine that it is more user-friendly than, say, building your own PC. But even then, I wouldn't say it was as user-friendly as something like the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, where that is truly a plug-and-play box. With the Steam machine, you still have to worry about what games are compatible and what aren't. I still had random issues like stuttering, which you really don't have too much on the PS4. Sure, there are some games like Fallout 4 that work really poorly on the consoles, but a game like Spec Ops: The Line, come on, that just doesn't make any sense for that game to be performing poorly. And the real issue with the Steam machine is that it's an identity crisis. It doesn't know what it wants to be. At one sense, it wants to give you the comfortability and the portability of a console, being just a plug-and-play box, but it also wants to give you some of the benefits of PC, where you can tweak settings, play some of the PC exclusives and whatnot. But in reality, it fell short of giving you the console experience, and it definitely falls short in giving you the PC experience. I know the Steam machine also works like the Steam Link, where you can stream games from your PC to the Steam machine, but again, who is that really being marketed toward? Who's gonna go towards the trouble of getting a Steam machine, getting their gaming PC, making sure they have a good enough internet connection so they can stream games between the two? I'm sure there's a few people like that out there, but it's definitely not the mass audience. And going back to this identity crisis thing, it doesn't give you the comfortability or the convenience of a console, but at the same time, it's missing out on a lot of things that make PC gaming great. And really ask yourself, why are you a PC gamer? For some people, it's to run the games at the highest resolutions, at the highest frame rates, and you're not going to be doing that on the Steam machine. It's a $450 box. For me, a game like Spec Ops: The Line was struggling, and I remember playing The Witcher 3, and that wasn't good either. So if you're looking for that butter-smooth, high-quality PC gaming experience, you're not going to find it on the Steam machine. For a lot of other people, it's the flexibility and the customizability that you love about PC gaming. Well, you're not going to be doing that with the Steam machine. All you've got on there is the Steam OS, and you're limited to the Steam library. And again, I do know you can stream games, but that's another hurdle you have to jump through, and I know a lot of people don't want to do that. and that requires you to have a gaming PC already. So the Steam Machine, as a standalone product, I think it's pretty terrible. If you have a nice gaming PC with a very nice internet connection, sure, then it redeems itself a little bit, but then why didn't you just buy the Steam Link for $50? So you're not going to get the high quality gaming experience a standard PC tower would give you. You're not going to get the customizability or the flexibility a standard PC is going to give you. I have heard there's a workaround on some of the Steam machines to get emulators working, but again, now you're adding even more hurdles to something that's supposed to be a console-like experience, and it really falls short of that if you're making the gamer jump through all of these hurdles. The Steam Machine just didn't really know what it was. Was it going for the console-like experience? If that was the case, I would just recommend a PlayStation 4 over it because it's much cheaper. In my experiences, the PlayStation 4 is more convenient, and in all honesty, if you compare the low-key PC exclusives to the PS4 exclusives like Uncharted 4 and Bloodborne, I think a lot more gamers are going to be enticed by Uncharted 4 and Bloodborne over, say, Red Orchestra 2. And even then, a game like Red Orchestra 2, that's a game that's very good, but that's a game you're going to be playing with a keyboard and mouse. So again, the Steam Machine really has this identity crisis. It doesn't know what it's at. Who was really the user base for the Steam Machine? I can't answer that. So that's going to wrap up this video, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. Were you one of the few people that got a Steam Machine? What did you think about it? Do you think there's any potential for the platform to be revived? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.